In this presentation, we will talk about how air pollution as an justice issue can be an issue to human health. To start with a anecdote, Pahokee, Florida is a town where 53% of its citizens are Black and the median household income is $36,000, which is less than half of the national average, according to the US Census Bureau. In Pahokee, there are many sugar plantations, and in those plantations, the sugar canes are burned before they harvest, polluting the air in Pahokee with ash. This ash has caused respiratory diseases in many citizens of the town. In an interview with the Philadelphia Tribune, 12-year-old Kanaya Patterson said that she felt like she couldn't breathe when the ash polluted the air. So, what is air pollution anyway? It's important to lay a framework for what air pollution is in order to understand how it contributes to environmental justice issues. Air pollution is when there are harmful substances in the air. The one that is most relevant to environmental justice issues is fine particulate matter. Fine particulate matter is the most dangerous form of air pollution because the particles are so small that they can be easily inhaled. This can cause a myriad of health issues, as well as having the ability to cause damage to the environment and/or contribute to climate change.
Martha Nussbaum is a philosopher known for her capability approach, which emphasizes the plurality and non reducibility of capabilities, arguing that individuals have a range of multifaceted capacities that need to be promoted to contribute to their well being. She asserts that a certain level of each central capability needs to be met for a dignified life, and that capability failures often lead to discrimination and marginalization. Nussbaum's theory of fundamental political entitlements proposes that governments and public policy should prioritize a specific list of central capabilities. While individuals have internal capabilities, innate traits and abilities which are trained and developed, Nussbaum does not believe that these capabilities are useful without having the avenues to use or develop them. The so-called functioning of the capabilities results from the interaction between internal capabilities and the socio-political environment. Nussbaum believes the goal of public policy should be to ensure that individuals have the opportunity to function in accordance with these internal capabilities. Nussbaum's capability approach focuses on protecting areas of freedom essential for human dignity, including life, bodily health, bodily integrity, senses, imagination, emotions, practical reason, affiliation, and play, and control over one's environment. The two capabilities negatively affected by air pollution are bodily health and play. Bodily health is described as being able to have good health, including reproductive health, to be adequately nourished, and to have adequate shelter. Play is defined as being able to laugh, to play, and to enjoy recreational activities.
The thesis we will be arguing for this presentation is that certain racial and socioeconomic groups are caused significant dignitary harm by the effects of air pollution as an environmental justice issue. The areas of Pahokee, Florida, Uniontown, Alabama, and Cancer Alley, Louisiana are areas where there are severe environmental justice issues associated with air pollution. In Pahokee, there are massive amounts of ash coming from the sugar plantations burning their crops. In Uniontown, there's a lot of pollution coming from landfills nearby. And in Cancer Alley, there's a lot of petrol and biochemical plants that cause a lot of that air pollution in that area. These are all low income areas, with the median income being $24,000 in Uniontown and $36,000 in Pahokee. In these low income areas, many people can't afford to move to a less polluted area, and many simply don't have the money or power to sue corporations causing the pollution. In those three main areas of pollution, and many others are facing environmental justice issues, disproportionately affect people of color. There are less than 3,000 people in Uniontown, and 2,000 of them are Black. In Pahokee, the majority of citizens are Black, and in Cancer Alley, Louisiana, it also disproportionately affects people of color. There is a dignitary harm caused from people not being able to have access to clean air. From Nussbaum's capabilities perspectives, the capability of health is affected negatively the most, as the particulate matter people are breathing in has catastrophic health impacts that will be mentioned later in the presentation. As a result of this, the capability for play is also impacted, as children or even adults do not have the capability to play outside at all if the air is unsafe. There's also a dignitary harm caused in that racial minorities and and people with lower socioeconomic status face environmental issues much more than people who have more money or are of a different race. And that can also cause a lot of issue because there is inequality there.
Air pollution significantly impacts pregnant women and children, affecting their bodily health and ability to play and enjoy recreational activities. In areas like Louisiana's Cancer Alley, newborns exhibit high rates of low birth weight and preterm births due to proximity to fossil fuel and petrochemical plants, with rates over 3 times the national average and twice as high, respectively. Particularly alarming is the prevalence of low birth weight, reaching 27%, and preterm birth rates hitting 25% near these facilities. Research by Tulane University has linked pollution to reproductive health issues in the region, a concern highlighted by Human Rights Watch, indicating that this health crisis, identifiable and preventable, extends beyond birth outcomes to various health issues, including cancers such as breast, prostate, and liver, as well as preterm births, miscarriages, and stillbirths. Communities like Cancer Alley, predominantly Black, face disproportionate exposure to pollution from over 200 petrochemical plants, contributing to high rates of pollution related cancers. Black Americans nationwide are more likely to reside in areas with high air pollution levels, leading to worse pregnancy and birth outcomes. Furthermore, low birth weight and preterm birth can lead to long term health problems such as respiratory illnesses like asthma and behavioral or cognitive issues. A children's health study conducted over 10 years focused on fourth grade school children in 12 communities within a 200-mile radius of Los Angeles. The communities and radius were chosen to represent a wide range of ambient pollutants. The research explored the association between air pollution and school absences, finding correlations between air pollution and respiratory illness related absences among participants. As air pollution has worsened over time due to various factors, including increased industrialization and urbanization, outcomes observed in this 1996 study are likely to have become more pronounced. The correlation between air pollution and various cancers, as well as respiratory illnesses, underscores the pervasive threat to bodily health posed by environmental pollutants. For children, whose internal capabilities for growth and development are intricately tied to their socio-environmental context, air pollution poses a dual threat. Not only is pollution directly impacting their bodily health, leading to increased school absences and inhibited educational opportunities, but also negatively impacting their ability to healthily engage in team sports. Air pollution has a detrimental impact on the health of older adults, particularly in relation to neurological disorders such as Alzheimer's disease and related dementias. Studies conducted by researchers at the University of Washington have highlighted the link between ambient air fine particles and an increased risk of various forms of dementia, contributing considerable evidence to this connection. Conversely, research published in 2022 has shown that improved air quality is associated with a lower risk of dementia in older women, with a decline in risk equivalent to taking nearly 2.5 years off their age. This association between air pollution and neurological disorders is further supported by hospital admissions data from 63 million older adults in the US, spanning 17 years and analyzing estimated pollution molecule concentrations by zip code. Moreover, long term exposure to traffic related air pollution has been found to hasten physical disabilities in older adults, with a heightened risk observed among racial minorities and lower income individuals. Additionally, air pollution has been associated with bone damage, particularly in postmenopausal women. Air pollution's adverse effects extend beyond birth outcomes and impact afflicted individuals throughout the course of their life, underscoring the pervasive threat to bodily health and cognitive capabilities, particularly in older adults, impacting their life trajectory. These studies, which link pollution to cognitive decline and physical capabilities, highlight how capability failures stemming from environmental hazards hinder individuals' ability to lead dignified lives. However, it is important to acknowledge the limitations of the research utilized. One significant limitation is the lack of data on individual covariates, such as time spent indoors, occupational roles, and genetic predispositions, which may exacerbate the development of illnesses such as Alzheimer's, asthma, and certain cancers. Without accounting for these individual differences, the findings of these studies may not fully capture the strength of the connection between air pollution and health outcomes, potentially leading to skewed results. Despite these limitations, the evidence linking air pollution to adverse health outcomes is vast and should not be ignored.
To conclude, air pollution can cause significant dignitary harm and should be treated as a human rights issue as well as just an environmental one. It's often thought of as an environmental or a climate change issue, but the effects on people can significantly affect their capabilities, as we've shown in this presentation. Thank you very much for watching.